Всем привет! Мы редстоунеры. Я вас специально подобрал. Я думала, за бесплатно. Продвижение за бесплатно. Гениально. Продвижение за бесплатно. Да. Да. Ладно. С чего начнем? Да ну, конечно, с редстоун. Вы же за редстоуна пришли? Да. Да, у нас есть крафтер. кстати, редстоун будем изучать.
Hey there, my name is Fabaliki, and today we're going to be doing the first episode in some redstone tutorials. Now for future reference, if anything changes...
Welcome back to Cities.
Ты ни при чем. Ты ни при чем. Жаль.
If you've been watching me for a while, hi guys, and welcome back to episode 2 of Logical Redstone present with 1 byte of information. Pause the video now if you'd like to try to find the answer. Alright, welcome back. The correct answer is 256. There's a few different ways you could have gotten that answer. You could have looked at it as a combinatorics problem. I have 2 choices for each bit, and so 2 times 2 times 2 8 times, or 2 to the power of 8, is 256. You could have also noticed that the smallest number we can represent with 8 bits is 0, while the biggest number is 255, and the range from 0 to 255 bits of binary. So this can have means 15. And as expected, our place values go 1. A well-known type of synchronous adder is called... Hi guys, and welcome back to Logical Redstone Reloaded. Today, we're finally going to build our first to quantify logic. Just like normal algebra, of what it's given. Let's say I have this table where next would be, or the only time true, wearing a blue, this, or be used everywhere. Stone torch. And although this is the most common way to make one, there is with redstone, OR gates, at least one of the inputs are on, the output is on. So technically this is an OR gate. Yeah, not very complicated. And just in case you want some other variations, here are some examples. You can play around with them in the world download in the description. Next, let's make an AND gate. This is the symbol for 1, and of course it just outputs 1 when both inputs are 1. Unfortunately in redstone, there's no super easy way to make an AND gate. It's not built directly into any components. However, if you have NOT gates and OR gates, you can actually construct an AND gate out of them. That being said, this is a perfect opportunity to try to make one yourself. If you don't want to do it in redstone, you can also just draw it as a logic diagram. As a hint, you need at least 3 NOT gates and 1 OR gate. Pause the video now if you want to try it. Alright, welcome back, and here it is. We have NOT gates on the inputs, then they go into an OR gate. This dust, and they go into an OR gate. So to check our work, let's build this with redstone. And these torches pointing up are the first 2 NOT gates. This dust in the middle is the OR gate, and this final torch is the last NOT gate. And as you can see, the output is only on when both inputs are on. Awesome, it's an AND gate. But why exactly does this work? Well, the easiest way to see why it works is literally just by looking at the redstone. This final torch can only turn on if the dust turns off. But the only way for the dust to turn off is for both of these torches to turn off, which you can only do by powering both inputs. Another way to make an AND gate is by using a comparator in subtract mode. All you have to do is put one input in the back and a negated input in the side. This works because the comparator will output a signal only if it has power in the back and it's not being cancelled from the side. Any other combination and you won't get an output. So I guess I kinda lied when I said no component implements it directly. You can fake it pretty well with comparators. Last up, we have the XOR gate. The symbol for it is basically design on, then both comparators are receiving 14 but mine is this one. It uses 2 comparators on subtract mode. As you can see, it will output 1 if only one of the inputs are on. If you input both, it'll output 0. The way this works is by abusing symmetry.
Да, я там. Ну ладно, мы поизучаем.
If both inputs are on, then both comparators 0. At this point, also they're sad because it looks super complicated. And don't worry, it's the original symbols, but with a dot on the end to signify negation. And this is a NOR gate. If you want to make a truth table for a NOR gate, just take the OR gate truth table and invert the output column. Change the 1s to 0s and 0s to 1s. Similarly, to make a NAND gate, you can take the AND gate from earlier and put a redstone torch on it like this. Although, if you look at this carefully, we have 2 tables, but with a NOT gate for a NOR gate, just take the OR gate truth table and invert the output column. Change the is the OR in the normal version from earlier, and this is a NOR gate. If you want to make a truth table for a NOR AND gate, you can take a redstone. So technically you can also just remove a torch instead of adding one. That works too. This is also a NAND gate. And lastly, XNOR. Of course, you can always just slap a torch on the end like we did for the other ones. That's an easy way to do it. But another cool way to make an XNOR is by inverting one of the inputs of XOR. This is kind of unintuitive, and it definitely does not work the same way for NOR and NAND, but it's a cool property that I learned recently. You can prove it to yourself by testing it out, or also by using Boolean algebra. I'll put the Boolean algebra proof on screen right now if you want to take a look at it. I think that's it for NOR, NAND, and XNOR. And with that, we've covered the basics. Take more time to propagate across all the full ladders. For example, if you add this huge number with just one more 1, yeah, it's gonna take a while. It would be really cool to have a synchronous adder, or an adder that takes the same amount of time to compute no matter what you input. A well-known type of synchronous adder is called a carry look-ahead adder, or CLA. These are used in real electronics as a faster type of adder. A CLA essentially adds more logic in the back of the adder to compute the carries all at once. Of course, that's a big simplification, and if you want to learn more about how CLAs work, check out these videos in the description. They're actually really interesting. However, I'm not going to build a CLA with redstone. Instead, I'm going to dive into the world of redstone-specific synchronous adders. You see, over the years, the logical redstone community has developed some really clever types of adders that abuse the weird quirks of redstone. These adders are not replicable in real life. They don't actually exist anywhere outside of Minecraft. So let's briefly go over a few of these redstone-specific adders, and then I'll go over my favorite one in more detail. First, we have the carry look everywhere adder. These adders were really common in the early days of logical redstone, being first popularized by a YouTuber named Duomaster. This is an 8-bit carry look everywhere adder, and it has a speed of 4 ticks, meaning that no matter what inputs I give it, the output will always arrive exactly 4 ticks later, completely synchronized. 5. 1, 1. It happened. Now this and a carry. That's exactly what we need for a 1 is essentially worth 2 instead of 10. To keep things simple, let's start with the simplest. This means the output is for the carry. Okay, here it is. As you can see, we have an XOR gate for the sum and an AND gate for the carry. And both inputs are just kind of where it works. 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 plus 1 is also 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. Perfect. Okay, so now we can add 1 plus 1. And the carry coming output bits add 2 numbers at a time. Transposing to circuits, we can have a half adder that adds the first 2. And now this circuit is called a full adder. A full adder with a full adder produces to make a full adder. All that matters in the definition of a full adder. But anyways, okay, for a full adder that's been around for a long time. If you want to look at it more closely, the world download is in the description, but it really implements the exact same logic that I've drawn out here. We still have the exact same inputs and outputs, A, B, carry in, carry out, and sum. Now, notice it gives a first one and a carry out on the last one. So what do we do with them? Get a carry out. Okay. Yeah. A fact of a seal adder. These add and we get the outputs. But if I want to stop the propagation at a certain point, I can just block it off, horizontal adders. You see, over the years, the logical redstone can quickly go over a complete detail. The type of redstone specific adder is called an instant outputs. But if I want to stop the propagation at a certain point, I can just block it off, stopping it from reaching any future outputs. Again, this is a huge simplification because I'm not an expert on this type of adder. They're great. Most common adder for everything now, and a lot of people most common. Okay, so both of these are great, and at one time, these adders, along with a few other types, were pretty common. But in 2015, a revolutionary new type of redstone adder was invented by a magical gentleman called the carry cancel adder, or CCA. And even today, CCAs are still one of the most common adders to use in logical redstone. Here's an example of what a CCA might look like. The cool thing about CCAs is that they're vertical, which makes them easier to work with, and what I mean 3 times. Here, column, strength and the back, which means all the comparators on subtract mode will output 0. Then if we get another the carries of the addition problem at the same time, and use that for the carry. XOR B from right here, each other, and connect the carry over and over. If you're computing many
Типа вот такая спокойная. Изначально они все включены. Один. Не так. Один. 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 эти все. Совпадают. О, привет! О, привет, я тебя заметил. Спасибо, что я тебя заметил. Я там строю сложное, которое ты, возможно, не поймешь. Нам нужно стекло. Да не надо музыку включать, не надо. У меня авторские права скоро будут. Просто звук. Музыку нельзя никакую. Мы не можем предугадать авторскими правами или нет. Не понял, что за пролаг. Нам пролагов не нужно. А, на самом деле так лучше. Делаем мегакалькулятор. Ой. Ой, куда это все? Тем более нашелся, блин. Да. Если с этих сторон Ой-ой. Что-то тут не так. Да, YouTube, я тебя уничтожу, блин. Я вас уничтожу за остановление. Да ну вас нафиг, YouTube, блин. Почему вы приостанавливаете самые важные? Что, вам не нравится? Кое-что. О, привет! Обнаружили тебя.
Здорово.
Здорово, я там занимаюсь редстоуном.
Короче, когда я зашел в первый раз на стрим, короче, именно этот, я не мог писать, перезагрузил YouTube на память. Ля-ля-ля. Я могу всего лишь копировать баскетбол и в этом построить проблем.
У меня вопрос жизни. Как работает редстоун?
Ну, смотри. Обычно.
Как работает редстоун в Майнкрафте нормально?
Один человек, который смотрит этот стрим, это я.
Да.
А можешь себе чат сделать на экран?
Я не могу.
Ну, прям приложение какое-нибудь скачай, чтобы можно было смотреть сообщения из стрима, типа. Там есть такие, вот, например, там всякие ютуберы, например. Тёк. О, в Индии есть. 31. У Крипера 24 эта штука есть. Ничего вообще строить. Попил воды и штуки для лица и для лица лицо для лица штука. Это у них звука нет. Мы с тобою утки. У нас промежутки. Кстати, заметил, я тебе фотки с лунтиком удалил, которые чуть-чуть другие бы, чуть-чуть измененные. Лунтик, блин, гениальный. Гов, построй корабль.
Ладно, заканчиваю стрим, потому все не по делу.
Всем пока, ребята. Этот стрим был хороший. Я хочу вам сказать, это все. Все, всем до свидания.
Он всего лишь час не успел продлить.
Ну, потому что мисмотом не придумал какую-то идею, но все-таки отложил ее на завтра.
Я не отложил его на завтра, я просто не знаю как.
Понятно. Он не знает, как сделать, так что из-за этого он заканчивает стрим. Пожалуйста, подскажите ему В комментариях. Все, точка.
Когда будет час, я закончу. Час стрима. Ладно, никто не приходит, жалко.
Один человек смотрит стрим, это я.
Ну ладно, давай на